Mikie Mahtook, former LSU All-American, first-round selection of the Tampa Bay Rays, now an outfielder for the Philadelphia Phillies. And as Musso and I were talking before we came on the air this morning, was having a really good spring, man. Was showing some power and really never got a fair shake, I thought, with Detroit. I don't know much about the baseball process and evaluation. It just never felt like he got a fair shake to stick at the highest level. Hopefully he can get that when baseball gets back. But he's got a great initiative right now. We closed that hour one talking about some of the people most affected by this pandemic, and everybody's affected. There's no tiers of effectiveness in this pandemic in COVID-19, but some of the people that you really think about, especially in this line of business, is young athletes. And we talk about the college athletes, and we even talk about the young rookies getting prepared to go into the NFL draft. But the youth, the high school, the prep athletes at key points right now in their life, whether it be evaluations, getting prepared to play at the next level if they've already been extended a scholarship and an invitation, or just trying to make their way and get there. Or even somebody like me in high school who knew that the future was just going to really be centered around partying. You're not going to play a lot. Just close out your high school days by having really good competitive runs that try to have fun with your friends. That's lost for a senior in high school, that this is his last semester playing baseball. That's taken away from him. And Mikie, who's got great resources, being a professional athlete and a Louisiana native, is putting that into play right now in a time of crisis. And he's joining us here on Off the Bench. You've been making the media car wash everywhere. I've heard you all over the place. This is great what you're doing. I appreciate your time this morning. How are you, man?
I'm great, man. Thanks for having me, and thanks for the intro, man. That was better than I could probably do it.
Well, I appreciate listening to you yesterday and kind of thinking about what's been going on. I mean, one of the first demographics that I thought about was young athletes, because of it's just such a fun time of your life. It's just such a cool time to be alive, whether you're coming out of high school and you know or you don't know what's next, to closing up some of those memories of on the field alongside your classmates and friends. So tell me how, and tell our listeners how you're trying to help those men and women, those young men and women, get through this part of the process.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously the pandemic and this is affecting everybody. It's from children that are 7, 8 years old to adults. But what me and one of my mentors are trying to do, we're trying to affect the amateur athletes, because it's a pivotal time in their careers and lives. Even if they don't play sports beyond high school, you learn a lot through playing sports, and you learn a lot about yourself and as a person, and you kind of grow up in that. As an athlete, you learn a lot about what life is about. And so during this time, we decided that we wanted to kind of give back and help, and we wanted to get the best collection of athletes, coaches, professionals, mental skills coaches, nutritionists, trainers, all of these successful professionals, and we want to get the best collection of them to give as many resources to these kids as possible. So what we're doing is we have a daily Zoom call. You can sign up and you can log in and join the Facebook group. It'll be Champions Rise Challenge Facebook group, and we're going to have an hour call every day with a different athlete, a different nutritionist, a different whoever's in the field of self-betterment or high-profile athletes, high-performing athletes. They're going to be on there, and you're going to have the ability to ask questions, listen to what some of these guys are doing, to stay ready, stay prepared for whenever their season starts, and things they're doing at home to become better and do something, not just sit around and kind of sulk and think about what could have been or what I wish I was doing. As a sit at home and do something about it, take action, and become better. So it's stuff that I've been working on personally and doing so that I can stay ready for whenever the season does start. And I think it's beneficial to these kids to hear it from some of the highest performing athletes.
Mike, I don't think people realize just what sports can do as far as being an outlet. Even when I was playing professional sports, like going to the facility and having conversations, whatever was going wrong in your life, well, that's an outlet and you can talk about it. And, 9 times out of 10, that teammate or that coach or that trainer is going through the same situation. And so for me, this is perfect because it is an outlet. Again, you're able to have those conversations. You're able to just put it out there in the air because a lot of times people just hold it in. They don't have that person to talk to. But sports gives them the courage to go out there and just express themselves, and now they're having that opportunity.
Oh, without a doubt. And to see someone performing at that level as a professional athlete and seeing what they're doing, it's refreshing and it's encouraging to these younger kids. And on top of that, this is the one time in our lives that everybody is kind of in the same boat. It's not, the professional athletes don't necessarily have more resources than the amateur athletes. Everybody's at home. Everybody's social distancing. Everybody is kind of stuck in one spot. And so we're trying to figure out ways to stay in shape, work out, continue to keep our minds right, and without using the resources that we normally have. So everybody's kind of in the same position, and to give these kids some resources and some answers to questions and kind of better guide them to being the best person they can be is our goal. And really it starts with the parents. We want the parents to be on these Zoom calls too, and we want them to ask questions so that they can be there for their kids and kind of guide them and put them in the right position.
Mikie Mahtook, former LSU All-American, current Philadelphia Philly outfielder, joining us here off the bench, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. You mentioned the parents and inviting them onto the calls. It's all 100% free. Is there a certain time of the day that this happens? Where can people get the schedule?
So if you go to, we have a website, it's championsrisechallenge.com. You can get information on the website. But you need to sign up and you need to join the Facebook group, the Champions Rise Challenge Facebook group. You can have all the information in there. It is 100% free. You can upgrade to a VIP package where you're paying $97 for the month, and what that gives you is it gives you the availability of the recordings. It gives you you're able to go back a week from now and look at the recordings that we had on the Zoom calls. And it also gives you the opportunity to ask questions live on video to whoever athlete is on there that day. And all of the profits that we make are going to go to COVID relief.
Nice.
So it's 100% free, and then the upgraded price, all of the profits that we make is going to go to COVID relief. So it's just something that we're trying to do to help these kids and try to put some positive in a negative light.
Champions Rise Challenge. Join the Facebook group today to find out what's happening and how you can be involved, whether you're a parent, a young athlete, with this initiative that Mikie and his buddies are putting on. Mike, a big time in your professional life as well right now, as far as establishing yourself as a pro. How have you maintained staying prepared, and what are you looking at this point in the career that you're at, this opportunity that you have with Philly now?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been an interesting road for sure. It's been a lot of ups and downs, and obviously I've enjoyed my time, and I just turned 30, and I still feel like I have 7 years left in my career. I feel great. So really, what I'm trying to do right now is just put myself in a position to, whenever the thing starts back, hit the ground running. I went to spring training. I did some things this past off season with my swing, made some swing changes and some tweaks, and I felt great. And I was having a good spring. I really believed that I was going to make a team out of camp. So right now, what I'm trying to do is just kind of harness that feeling that I had, and I'm hitting, I'm throwing still, and I'm still working out. So it's been a lot of mental reps. What I've been doing at home, a lot of visualization and stuff like that, just to try to simulate mentally what a game would be like as best as possible. So it's it's been interesting, but I'm ready to get going and I'm ready to start playing and kind of have a breakout year.
Mikey, I can't imagine, being in a training camp situation and all of a sudden, everything gets canceled and then you're sitting at home and you're waiting for a word of when things are going to come back. But how long do you think that Major League Baseball and the minor league systems will give everyone to say, hey, we're going to do this. You need to get ready, be here then. I mean, what's that, a 2-week, 3-week, a month? What do you think?
I think they have to give us at least three weeks. At least I would assume it's going to be 3 or 4 weeks, but it won't be any earlier. Like 2 weeks will probably be the minimum. I think it'll be closer to a month, just because these pitchers have to build up some stamina and they have to get their innings back up. At least to 4 or 5 innings. They're obviously going to have to expand rosters, but everything that we read and see and hear, that's all just rumors and hearsay. There's nothing has officially come out of the MLBPA. Nothing has been. There's been no official proposals. So it's just kind of a wait and see. It's kind of at the mercy of the CDC and the government right now, and then just move forward, which is kind of the hardest thing.
Champions Rise Challenge. Find it on Facebook. Join the Facebook group today if you're a young athlete, if you're a parent of a young athlete, and you're looking for resolutions during this time. This is a great resource. And Mikie Mahtook, who is a Lafayette native, a former LSU great, and a big leaguer, and still very instrumental in our community with a great cause during a crazy time. Mikey, as we told you last week, whatever we can do to help, we're all in, and we appreciate you stopping by this morning.
I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me.
You got it. There he is, Mikie Mahtook checking in.